to start with, first we have to open PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. So there are a couple of ways in which you can open Microsoft PowerPoint. Is you can go and click on the start, and so when you click on this icon, the PowerPoint opens. Like in Windows 7, you might not get this structure, but you will get this search for anything search bar. Here you can type PowerPoint. So when you type PowerPoint, it will show you the PowerPoint app. So you can go and click that. So first method is directly go and click on this particular area, or type PowerPoint and the PowerPoint application comes up. There is third method to create a PowerPoint file. What you can do, you can go to that particular folder where you want to save your presentation. There you will have to right click, and there is something called new. You will have to click new and then go down to Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So when you click here, a file will be created which would be Microsoft PowerPoint. So here you will have to rename it first. What you can say is introduction to PowerPoint, right? And click outside. So you can see here a blank file has been created, and it has been renamed also. So when you click this, automatically you will get the interface where you can start editing your file. Okay, and suppose you go from start and click this PowerPoint, you will get the interface like this. So it will ask you what exactly you want to do. You want to open a new file, or pick up from where you had left, like open. So open is here. You will see here from where to open. It will ask you the path, and it will show you the most recent used files here, right? So when I say new, I have got, like in Word and Excel, there are templates already which are being there. So here we get ready-made layouts, So from these ready-made layouts, you can pick. So suppose you pick Berlin, and it gives you this structure. It shows you which color combination you want. So whether you want this, you want blue, green, or pink. Sorry, violet. So when I select orange and I say create, it automatically takes everything. It automatically creates the design, and it also creates particular sections and all that, right? So instead of taking this, let us go with a blank file. So I go to start, I click PowerPoint, then I'll be clicking blank presentation to open up a new file. And from here, what you have to do is you will have to rearrange the size of your PowerPoint window. Basically, if you're doing a PowerPoint presentation and you're going to present it on a desktop or a laptop, then this particular view is okay, the long view. And also if you want to present it on a mobile, this is okay, because mobiles are having a wide screen type of technology. But in classroom, as I had told you earlier also, the LCD, the overhead projector, it does not have this aperture, this ratio, So what it will do, it will condense your screen into a smaller form, so that the entire width is fitting in that particular projection. So once it condenses the things, the entire screen would not be covered. You will be having blank space on top and blank space at bottom. So basically what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to design. So in design, you have got something called slide size. So here slide size, they have got two slide size, that is standard and widescreen. So if you click standard, you will get a appropriate square kind of thing. Also, if you do not want standard nor you want widescreen, you can customize your slide size. So when you click here, you will get so many options. So you can keep A4 size also, you can do a banner also, but if you do want to also select the standard size, you can go here and change your width and height accordingly. So whatever width or height you want, you can change it here. And number of slides from, here, basically the first slide would be one number. But when we start any presentation, the first slide actually is the cover page kind of thing in Word. And as we know, cover page do not have any numbers. Okay, so the first slide should not be numbered. So what we can do, we can say slide number starts from 0. So what did I say? The first slide will have 0. I mean, there will be no number for the first slide. And when the presenter comes to the second slide will start numbering from 1, because every slide you progress, the page numbers are incremented by 1. Okay, so this is what I need. I need 4:3 aperture, and these width are continuous, and the first slide will start from 0, and the slide orientation, like in Word we had portrait and landscape. So here you can change however you want, but basically when you are presenting, landscape orientation is advised. So you click OK. So when you click OK, you see nothing has happened, but in the background we have already given the command for the PowerPoint to do a particular sequence in a particular way, right? Then the next step would be we will have to set some footers. Always when you set footer and give information on your screen, it would be very good. It would look like a standard presentation. So you'll have to go to insert, and then you have got something called insert slide number. Okay, when you click on that, you will get another window which gives you many options to play with. So here on that particular slide, what all you want to include. Okay, and here is the preview where the particular point will be put on the slide. So I say date. So when I click on the date, this, can everybody see this change? This box became black. So I deselect the date and time. You can see all the boxes are not black. They are outlined black. So when I click on date and time, this particular box has become solid black. What does it mean? Ki date and time will come in this location on the screen. Okay, then you have got two things. One is you can keep it as continuous updation, automatic updation. For example, today is 10th June, and you are creating this presentation for tomorrow, right? So tomorrow would be 11th June. So here, instead of keeping a fixed date, you keep it on automatic. So whenever you are playing this slide, the date will automatically change. Okay, and you can choose the format from these formats available. So I choose the second format, which is having the day, date, month and the year. Also, you can select which language you want, because as you see in United States, basically they put the month first, day second and the year last. But in India, we put day, month and year. You should select whichever is appropriate for you. Next, as I said, you can either apply updated version of date, or you can put a fixed date. So whenever you put a fixed date, whenever you open this presentation, or whenever you present this presentation, the date wouldn't automatically change to the current date. It will remain fixed to the particular date which you have entered here. Okay, and it is suggested that you keep it on automatic. Slide numbers. So when I click on slide number, just see here, when I click on the slide number, the the further right box has highlighted. So the slide number will be coming on the right side bottom. Okay, here we do not have any options to change because PowerPoint has got its own default placements and own default styles for slide numbers. Footer. So footer is in the center. So in the footer, what I advise is you put your presentation's name. For example, introduction to point, and also you put who is presenting it. Like, you know, if there is one person presenting this particular presentation, then you will have to put his particular or her particular name, or if it is a group of people, then you will try to incorporate everybody's name in it. So I'll put my name here. Okay, so this is all set. Date is set, slide numbers are set, the footer is set. Now there is something called don't show on the title slide, right? Again, when we compare the cover page from Word, cover page does not have any footer or header or page number. So it's just a page which will give you insight of what report or what book it is. So we will have to select do not show the title slide on the do not show the above information on the title slides. So once this is all done, we are all set with our footer, the footer information. We should not click apply, because, you know, if you click apply, the only selected slide which you have selected will be applied by these changes. So what we actually want, we want these changes to be applied to the entire presentation. If I have got about 30 slides, all the 30 slides should have this particular format. So I will click apply to all. So when I click apply to all, and you see the first slide, there is nothing, there is no change, because what we have said is whatever modifications we have told PowerPoint to do, it should not apply to the first slide. And when we insert the second slide, you can see here, you know, the date has come, the title and the presenter's name has come, and you can see the page number has also come, right? So till now, has everybody understood? So now we have created our basic structure, you know, what information we want to show to the particular audience. Now, if you, as you see that whenever I entered a new slide, you know, it's coming blank, and blank slides are boring. You know, people sitting in front of you, you know, they might feel that, you know, the presentation is too boring and all that, and that is why you will need to design some design so that, you know, the people in front of you like your presentation. Like, so the step is you'll have to go to designs, and here you have got themes, you know, you have got themes here. So you will have to click this, and from these pre-loaded themes from PowerPoint, you will have to select whichever you are you want, or no, you feel that it will be appropriate for your presentation. So let us consider this. I'll take Berlin, and when I click on it, you will see that it has already been changed, you know. And here we have got variants, as I told you. We have got orange, blue, green, and violet. So if I click on blue, the format, the color pattern for the entire presentation would convert to blue. Okay. Step number 6. You know, on the first slide, you will have to key your title of the presentation, and in the subtitle, you will have to type your names of the presenter or the presentee. You will have to type in your presentation's name, that is introduction to. Okay, so this is your title of your presentation. One thing you might have noticed, you know, as you're typing in, suppose your words are becoming more than the particular text box, the sizes are resized, you know. the sizes are resized and they try to fit in that particular area. Okay, so this is a very nice handy tool by PowerPoint. And then in the subtitle, what you can type is presented by and your name. Okay, so first slide of the presentation is done. So after looking at this, and if you find it is appropriate, then you can go ahead for the next step. So in the next step, what we are going to do is we are going to insert one more slide which contains the title section and the text section. So here you can put the title and you can put your text below it. So for inserting a new slide, what you will have to do is you will have to go to the insert menu, okay, insert tab, and from the insert tab you have got one more option called new slide. So when you click on the new slide, you are getting so many text layouts. These are called text layouts. So according to the requirement, you can click and you can insert a new slide. So for example, if I wanted text and content, I will click this. So when I click this, I will get a header box. Header box will be here, and this is a text box wherein I can put my points, and from these points I'll be speaking on. I'll be delivering the lecture. Okay. One more thing you have to observe is when we were doing our insert footer, that time we saw that all the three were 1, 2 and 3. They were below here because we did not consider the theme that time. We had taken the basic theme which Microsoft PowerPoint gives. So in the basic theme, all the three will be in the bottom. But when I selected this Berlin theme, that time the text box positions have changed. For example, earlier we had our slide number at the bottom right, but now because we have changed the theme, it has gone to the top right. Okay, so need not to be confused. According to various other themes, if you change the theme for this PowerPoint presentation, again the placement would be different. Sometimes the footers may come to the right side margin. So that is fair enough because it is already pre-programmed in the computer. Okay. Second, we will start adding the contents to it. This is the second slide. So basically, whatever I put here should be my header. And the header should be clear enough, short. You cannot put a very big header, right? So this is the second slide, is also a very big header. So what I'll do, I will shorten it. So I'll remove this is the, and I'll just say second slide, right? So if I say second slide, people will understand what I'm trying to explain, right? And in the next click here to add text, you will have to click here, and you can add whatever text you want. This slide is the slide with common layout, right? So this is the header and this is what you want to place. And one advice is that this is 1 point. So similarly, you should have maximum of 5 points, right? If you go more than 5 points, it will start reducing your size, and it will become congested. So whatever we do, we'll have to see that we have 4 or 5 points in our slide, and it should not be elaborate, but it should be specific enough so that after seeing that point, we should be able to explain, and also the audience should understand what exactly you are trying to communicate. Okay, so second slide is okay. In the first slide we have seen the title and content. So in the next slide we will see how we can insert pictures. So similarly, go to insert slide and we'll have to click on this. So here once this form comes, similarly we'll have to add the title, World Environment Day 2020. Okay, so I want to insert a picture. So if when I want to insert a picture, you will see various icons here. You know, from these icons you can click and do your needful. So for example, I bet that everybody will be having table, everybody will be having chart, they'll be having smart art, then insert pictures from the computer, insert pictures from online, insert pictures from video. But in 2019 there are two new things which have been come up. You know, 3D models is one. So wherein from the internet you will be able to download 3D models, and then you know you can animate them in PowerPoint, and whenever you are presenting, it will I mean, it will look like a movie. You know, the 3D models can rotate 360 degrees and all that. And also you have got something called insert icons, right? Icons are nothing but small symbols representing a particular thing. You know, like when you want to say email, you will get a symbol of an envelope, right? So I'll show you. So when I click this, so here, these are the icons. When I say email, you will get a icon of the envelope. Okay. Next, I want to insert a picture. So I'll insert a picture from my computer. So I click here, and then I'll go down to where my photos are kept. So I'll browse through. So World Environment Day, and I click. Now you can see the picture has been placed in the particular text area. Now if you want to resize it, there is a very right method to resize it. You should never hold the center edges. You should not hold and drag this. You know, if you hold and drag this, the ratio aperture will be lost. You know, it'll blur the picture. So whenever you want to drag a particular you know, a word art or picture or a video or a chart, you will have to drag it with the corners. So whenever you drag with the corners, it will resize, but it will not lose the ratio, you know, the ratio of length and the width. Okay, so after inserting, you just resize manually and place. You can move it wherever you want. You can replace it, and also if you want to change the size, you can. What you can do is you can go to the format tab and on the size. So when you come here, you can see that it is showing you 9.91 centimeters for height, and width is 17.63 centimeters. So from here also you can edit it. But for a single picture, I request not to use these numbers, because once you start using these numbers, the ratio, the aperture ratio might change. So it is advisable for one photo, you can just drag it with the handles from the corner. Okay. So let us go to the next slide. So as I told you, while inserting, you will have to go to insert and this. Okay, there is one more method of inserting a new slide. What you can do, you can go to slide navigation panel, which is onto your left side. So there you will click below the last slide. You can see a line coming here. So you can see a cursor coming here. So once you find the cursor here, what you have to do is just press enter. So when you press enter, automatically a new slide will be created, and the layout of the previous slide will be taken consideration, and the slide will be created. Okay. Suppose you want to create a slide in between slide number 1 and slide number 2. How do you do it? You go and click in between these both, you will find the cursor there and just press enter. Okay, so this will insert one blank slide in between the other two slides. And if you want to delete a particular slide, what you will have to do is, on the preview you will have to right click and say delete slide. So once you click this, the entire slide is deleted. Okay, now we have seen how we inserted photos. Next we will see how we can insert okay, online picture. Inserting online picture, you please try it on your end. Then we will see how do we insert a table, right? So before inserting the table, we will have to click on the title and type our title. So what we can say here, sales for the Q1 financial year 2019-20. Okay, so what does this say? This particular slide will give you a chart, a graph which is concerned to the sale for the first quarter of the previous year. So what you will have to do is, I had told you about the icons. So you go to the icon and here is the chart icon. So you click on the chart icon and you have got so many graphs, so many format graphs available. From there you will have to go and click on a particular this thing, graph type which you want. So I will consider a column graph, which is almost good. And here you have got a plain bars, and here you have got 3D bars. So we can consider this. So when you bring your mouse over the graph, it will pop up and it will show you a preview, right? Then what we can do is say OK. So once we say OK, you can see that there is one spreadsheet, Excel type of window has opened, wherein they are showing you what is on the x-axis and they are showing you what is on the y-axis. So from here we can modify it. For example, we have got two products, product 1, product 2, and in default we are getting the third one also. So we do not require the third one. So what do? We click on D and right click and say delete. So once we delete, the entire column is deleted. And you can see that there were 3 rows earlier and there are 2 rows now, only 2 rows are there. And also this slide will show only Q1 sales. So these 2 to 4 categories are not required. So you select them by clicking on 3 and dragging it to 5. Right click and say delete, right? So you will get only one set of columns. So here you can say that it is 1000 and the other you can say it is 1100, right? You can see the graph has changed. The y-axis was going on from 1 2 3 4, but now it has changed. It has redesigned itself so that these values are incorporated. You can see that it is starting from 950. Why it has started from 950 is because both the products are being sold more than 1000, and if 0 to 1100 measurements were put, the graph would have gone big and the columns would have gone smaller. So since I am showing you only one particular quarter, you are having only two columns with you. If I was showing you 4 quarter results with 10 products, then see how complicated the chart would have happened. So due to this, since there should not be any ambiguity or there should not be any miscommunication, the PowerPoint adopts itself according to the data being given. Okay, then you can close this, and here you can like in Word, you have got options to change the title, and all these. So here you can try it yourself. Similarly, you can change the size of it. So for changing the size, you will have to click on the chart and click on the outer box. This outer box. So when you click here, all the inside elements are deselected, and hold down to the corner and change your size, or you can change your position. Right now, as you see here, you have got title, you have got category 1, product 2, product 1, product 2, but this category 1 should have been changed to Q1. So here in the data option, you have got data edit. So you click on that and you say edit data. So again the Excel kind of window will come out, and here you can modify your options, or you can put down your values.